Hey y'all, my name is Bethany Hunter. I'll be your instructor for English 231. And now that is the first half of American literature. We'll talk a little bit more about what that timeline means whenever I introduce the syllabus. So really what I want to do is kind of tell you a little bit about how this course is going to work. So I'm going to go through the tabs that you'll really use in here, and there's not that many because I've got it really streamlined. I feel like this is a really simple course that you can pass very easily if you just do your homework. So anyway, here we go. I want to show you a couple things. Announcements. So we're already on the announcements page here. And this is where I'll tell you if there's something wonky going on. This is where I tell you usually like, oh, I'm finished grading your first papers, stuff like that. So most of the time I have those send you an email too. So get ready for that aggravation. Anyway, course information. Basically, that's what book you'll need for this class. Here it is, you guys. Wait, there's the webcam. Norton Anthology of American Literature. You'll actually need two. There's a blue book too, but I left it at home. But this is Volume A. And so, Norton Anthology of American Literature, 9th edition, Volume A and B. Okay? So there's that. Green and blue. Okay? So, course syllabus. I'm going to go over this in a minute, so I'm not going to stress much about this. But here's your syllabus and your schedule. Attendance policy. I'm going to talk about it now so you'll know. So your attendance policy, basically what happens here is you have to turn in work to be counted present. So whenever you have 4, you are withdrawn from the class. 4 missed assignments and you are withdrawn from the class because that's the equivalent of about 2 weeks. So now, usually if you are withdrawn from the class, I'm not really too much of a stickler about putting you back in there. So just let me know if you want reinstatement. I'll probably be kind of a stalker though. So let me know. Okay? If you want to be reinstated, sorry. So then I'm going to move on to contact information. Here's all my information if you ever need to reach me. You can call me. Don't feel stressed out about it. Sometimes students are so like, I don't want to bother you. This is what I'm here for. Come on, bother me. And then also, I will do Microsoft Teams meetings with you. I'd rather do those than meet in person. I just think it's safer for all of us at this point. So there's my division chair. If, I don't know, you're ever upset about something I do, that's who you tell. Okay? And your calendars here, I will let you refer to that if you want to. It will show you basically what you have due for this class. So I think it's a good little thing to have, but I don't like to play with it because I get lost in the weeds. But all your assignments will be on there. Okay, so now, probably the most important part of this class is your assignments page because it is every bit of work for the entire semester, and I have it all set up for you already. So, to begin with, though, I have 2 assignments. Your schedule, it's really not even an assignment. It's basically all the kind of paperwork that you would have to do. So it's your reader responses, your online class schedule, how to upload a document to Blackboard, and how to set up an essay in a works cited in proper MLA format. So I'm going to go to the reader responses because that's a big chunk of your work in this class. So your reader responses, basically, every week I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to ask you to answer that question in this format. And so I'm not concerned with the right answer. That's not the point. I want to see how well you read and how well you understand. So even if you feel like you don't understand, you can get 100 on this assignment, and sometimes you won't understand. So don't get too stressed, but you might not. This is hard reading. Okay, so anyway, you'll answer the question in proper MLA format. Your response needs to be at least 1 full page, works cited on the next page. Okay? And I really am a stickler about this because it's not very long for me, and I feel like if you don't at least get it a page, you're not really going to look at it in any great detail. So that's my thoughts on that. Proper MLA format. One thing I need you to do is I want you to quote at least 1 sentence from your reading to help back up your point. And I want you to cite it in proper MLA format, and then I want you to cite it on a works cited page as well. So there's a little bit of stuff to do here, and there's a couple goals that kind of work with that. Number 1, you're learning how to integrate sources. Number 2, you're learning how to cite sources. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Okay, moving on, and then these assignments are going to be due Friday at 11:59. Everything in this class, except for your very last essay because of the exam schedule, is due on Fridays at 11:59 p.m. Now, look, at 12 midnight, it's late. It's going to lose 10 points per day. If any of y'all have had me before, y'all will know that this is way more friendly than I used to be. So I'm definitely not going to budge on that. So keep that in your mind. Okay, and so then I have kind of a breakdown of your reader responses. Generic responses, like you don't show that you've read, or maybe you have 2 readings and it only looks like you read 1, 10 points. Not a full page, 10 points. Improper quotation or incorrect quotation, 10 points. And then works cited page. And then, well, there's all your things. So I know it seems like I'm really mean. You'll get it. And honestly, the first couple times I don't take off those points because I want you to see what you've done wrong before you start losing points for it. So always read my comments. But then, like, you know, later on, I'm not going to keep making like tons of comments because you should have read them earlier in the semester. Okay? Sorry. I just think I just went on a tangent a little bit. Anyway, so then a couple little things. Your author presentation, you're going to do a presentation on an author in this class. And so it will be, your due dates will be based on whenever we do the author's reading. So if you're going to do yours on Cotton Mather, yours will be due on September 11th. Okay, at midnight. Everything's, or 11:59. Okay, so read that one. If you have any questions about it, just let me know. Okay, and then you do introduce yourself. That's really what Module 1 is. And then, so whenever you start doing actual reader responses, what happens here is I have a little video. I have your response topic. I show you how to do the citation for this one because it's a handout. But then to actually submit your work, you'll click on this little button, and you will go and do your work as a Word document, okay? And those videos are good. I would say I would look at those videos because most of my students say they're extremely helpful to understanding. I'm going to be kind of reworking a few of them because some of them are old. I mean, some of them are really old. So, like, this one says, like, 2014. Because that reading really hasn't changed a whole lot. None of these readings have. So, if you have any questions about that, just let me know. You're like, well, it's been 6 years. Well, that's okay. So, let me think if there's anything else. Assignments, discussion board. You're not going to use that a ton to introduce yourself. I think it's cool if you put a photo of yourself up here because I like to, like, have a face to a name. If you don't want to, I don't care. And then I want you to respond to at least two people's comments. And then we have 2 other places. And I think I talk a little bit about the assignment graveyard in your syllabus. Okay? And then mail, if you want to email me or anybody in your class, you can actually email them. So, I think those are really the things that I use. There's other little things in here that you can look at, and obviously your grades are probably really important, so look at those sometimes. But, so if you have any questions, I would love to answer those. I'm going to give you another video in a second about your syllabus, so I know I'm talking a lot today, but that's just how it has to be. So it's nice meeting you. I look forward to meeting you virtually. And y'all have a good day. Bye.